Do you ever feel like the warfare and pressure is so intense in some seasons and times, and you aren't sure why? Ever feel like there are weeks that you feel surrounded by obstacles and annoying irritations you can't seem to shake? What we don't realize about this warfare is that it's always the enemy's counterplay to something God is doing. Remember, he doesn't know what God is doing in your life. Just reads the signs of incoming breakthrough, favor, and open doors and throws his arsenal at you to sideswipe you in those moments. Let's quickly sum up what I'm talking about and let us know if any of these have been what you have been dealing with. Fear and anxiety suddenly increased. Foreboding and fear of future has caused a greater panic in the unknown. Feeling lost and your mind confused and clouded. Warfare dreams happening more frequently. More red tape and roadblocks appearing. Discerning chatter and witchcraft coming at you. Slander, accusation, nasty messages, emails, and unfounded judgments thrown like spears at you. Feeling restless, hopeless, and without peace. Things not turning out how you expected, like doors shut, or obstacles were placed in front of you. Lack of clarity, feeling foggy and without direction. Tormented in your mind, battling defeat, and a deep sorrow and grief. Physical robbery, and things stolen. Relationships and friendships turning on you. Any of these sound familiar? I felt like August was going to be a pinnacle month, like things were brought to head, and also the beginning of the crossing over into something new at Rosh Hashanah in September, but with that comes warfare, because the enemy doesn't want you to break through. He wants you staying still in the rut and not advancing. God's design is always for us to experience the blessing and breakthrough after seasons of so much intense battle and fight. You have something precious in your possession. If you had been through any of the list above, then know that you are on the enemy's hit list for a reason. The question is, what are you carrying? The enemy doesn't go after those who aren't pressing forward and those who are empty-handed. It doesn't interest him to fight those who are barren, only those who have something he is worried about being revealed. And this is revealing season. It's the time where everything that has been hiding in secret washing war against you, and every hidden assassin pit against you is exposed, and more importantly, it's the season that everything God has been doing in you, even in the hard seasons of grief and opposition, is revealed. Like Jesus in his greatest moment of crushing before the cross, many of you have been in the Garden of Gethsemane, means crushing and pressing, and it's been a long, long night, and you have only seen the pain and the tears, but you haven't yet seen what it has produced, but you are soon going to. When all looks lost, the breaking and the break-in before the breakthrough. At the beginning of August, when we felt things heat up, we knew August onwards was going to usher in powerful answers and breakthroughs that have been delayed for a very long time, but also that the fight was going to intensify. Suddenly it felt like the walls of opposition closing in, like the trash compactor scene from Star Wars. This is where people say it's going to get worse before it gets better, when in reality it's just the enemy throwing his entire arsenal towards your breakthrough threshold that is already wearing thin. It's the place where failure looks certain, and if you haven't already, you are deeply questioning your journey of faith, wondering if you heard right, and feeling the dark cloud of disappointment trying to descend and the utter loss smother you. It's the place of crushing where it feels like death to your dream, destiny, and your heart feels lost. This is the place of breaking before the breakthrough, and we have all been there. We have definitely felt many of these in our crazy and risky journey of faith, but I have to share something that happened to us recently that was quite prophetic and also revealed the enemy's hand. We were unexpectedly robbed one night, which so happened to be the day we were expecting a specific breakthrough. A breakthrough we had been contending with for many years. Interestingly, out of everything, the thief stole only our ministry tech items, and as I was telling Christy what was stolen, she says, "This reveals what the enemy is afraid of us having breakthrough in and moving into," and she was right. As we thought about each item, we saw what they each prophetically represented. Here are some of the prophetic significances of those items. Authority and power. Building and constructing. Innovation and design. Direction, clarity, and coordinates. Receiving and illuminating the solution. Media favor and impact. Communication and connection. Family and community/relationships. Purity and clear atmospheres. Truth and discernment. Governmental impact. What was stolen in this season will be your weapons in the next season. So, let me ask you, what has been stolen from you in this season, and what does it speak of what the enemy is afraid of you wielding? I believe that everything the enemy went after in this past season wasn't by accident or random, but strategic to disarm you and leave you without the tools you need for the next season. But he got it wrong. He overplayed his hand because God's restoration and recompense guarantees that everything that was stolen in one season ends up becoming the weapons you use in the next season. Every boot of marching troops and every uniform caked with blood will be burned as fuel for the fire, Isaiah 9:5. Now get ready to see some diamonds. I heard a strange phrase a few days ago while I was worshiping. The warfare is about to reveal diamonds, and ironically it was on 8:18 I heard this. I am convinced that any suffering we endure is less than nothing compared to the magnitude of glory that is about to be unveiled within us, Romans 8:18. As you probably know, diamonds are formed differently to other gems and precious stones. Firstly, diamonds are made of carbon, which, let's face it, is a very basic material and not something you would put a price tag on. But as the carbon comes under intense heat and severe pressure, the diamond begins to form. The other interesting thing to note is that diamonds form within the mantle layer of the earth, which speaks to me of time and waiting, something dead and buried, as well as the word mantle, which means concealed, and the spiritual version of mantle, which is covering and authority/glory. So, get ready to see diamonds. What's coming will eclipse the pain. It's been a very long pressing, crushing, furnace purifying, healing, delivering, waiting, isolating, purging, recalibrating, contending, processing, changing and adjusting, painful, traumatizing season of trials for many, but what is coming is going to supersede that. Right now, all that is in your sights is surviving what you have just faced, but soon you are going to experience the glory that always comes as a result of staying your course, even when things look pear-shaped and hopeless. So really, this past month, while it's been one of opposition in many ways for many people, has actually been the building and advancing of heaven over you, because in September to November especially there is going to be significant breakthroughs to the areas you have been contending for. God will use the fuel of the pain and the trials to rewrite areas of your past with the glorious future He has been designing for you. I know this, the rest of the story hasn't been written yet. The glory is coming. The diamonds are coming.